One day, a poor old black man came in the church and sat on the back row. He didn't bother nobody. He didn't ask nobody no question. He just sat there. He just wanted to hear the sermon. He didn't have an agenda. He wasn't there with a sign trying to cause a protest. He wasn't in there to try to cause some kind of problem. He was just, and I saw a couple of deacons get up at the front of the church and whisper to each other, and one of them nodded his head and walked back to him and bent down, and this is what he told him. I found out later. He said, "You might be more comfortable down in and pointed him to a black church that was down the street." Now, I was just a boy, but let me tell you, I knew that was wrong. I knew that was not right. I knew that was not the Spirit of God. I knew then that that was not what God wanted us to do. And let me tell you something, friends. We have got to learn to love one another. With a love that God has loved us with.
Yes, yes.
So growing church, on Wednesday nights, we'll have 25, 35, 45, 50 young African-American teenage men come out to our church. And now they love basketball. And so we got that nice gym, and they come there to play basketball. But we had to do one thing now. We had to raise the basketball goals so they couldn't play. They used to come at 6 o'clock and play, and then Bible study was at 7, and they'd get out at 7. They didn't want to stay for Bible study. So now what we do is when they come in at 7, there's a sign on the door that says doors open at 7 o'clock. Doors locked at 7:05. If you're not in here by 7:05, you ain't getting in. And you've got to go to Bible study before you can play basketball.
All right.
Now that works, amen? Now they've learned. Some of them come at 7:30, knock on the door, think they're going to get in. And Miss Paula goes up there and says, "I'm sorry, come back next week, but you're late. You can't come in. You got to come to Bible study." Now,
all right.
But we need to reach our community. And if we're doing something, if the church is doing something, it will grow. Amen. It will grow. And so we need to be doing all that we can do. Thank God for a youth pastor you got right here, Pastor's son. Pray for him. Pray for him. Because his burden is youth. And you need youth, because let me tell you, some of you older folks out there, how many of you over 50? Anybody over 50 willing to admit it? They had a beauty contest one time. They had a beauty contest one time for women over 40. And they had all these beautiful prizes. They were going to give away a car. But you know what? Not one prize was awarded. You know why? Because no woman over 40 that was beautiful enough to win a beauty contest would admit it. So they didn't get any contestants.